Hello there, darlings. Welcome to the Clockwork Cabaret. They are not here. They are the weird answers that you didn't know you needed or wanted. And now, for a friendly reminder, this show is for adults. That darling DJ duo, Emmett Davenport and Lady Attercop, drink cocktails, have potty mouths, and at least one of them was raised by wolves.
And with the sound of the cuckoo, you know that it is time for the Clockwork Cabaret.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hi, I'm Emmett Davenport.
And I am Lady Attercop.
And apparently we're starting a cult.
I told you, I already had put the paperwork together.
Oh, I didn't realize there was paperwork.
Well, I mean, cult paperwork. Just, it's not like, we have to get tax-exempt status from the government, obviously.
Oh.
I
guess.
Can get that as a cult, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. I thought that was the point.
Yeah. How else is the FDA or the ATF going to invade our...
The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration.
They might come for us. It'd be really funny if we were the cult that got taken down by the FDA. Finally, our time has come. They've just been biding their time.
Waiting for
the opportunity. Everyone else gets to storm a compound and murder a bunch of people. How come we don't?
The EPA.
The
something.
EPA is
No. What other weird federal agency that probably doesn't get to do anything fun like going on raids?
Who else wants to use a tank to storm our compound? Any governmental agency will do. But yeah, they have to know you exist. You have to file some paperwork for tax-exempt status so that they know you exist. So that they can eventually storm your compound, yeah.
I would like to avoid the compound storming.
How else are we going to fake our own death once we finally get arrested for all our various crimes? Once they finally try to arrest us for all various crimes.
I was just going to fake jump off a bridge.
Oh, the Haw River Bridge.
Sure.
Just any bridge.
Any bridge that happens to be nearby.
Which bridge? Oh, no, there is a bridge nearby.
You know.
Too many potential witnesses on that bridge.
Okay, different bridge. I don't know. Hadn't really thought that far ahead. I didn't realize.
We're in the planning stages. This is when.
Oh, is this where we should also decide how
you're gonna fake your own death? Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid of heights, so no planes.
I mean, it's a classic cult leader death. Down in a plane crash. Hard to survive that one.
Yeah,
though.
I don't...
Hard to fake a plane crash.
I don't want a murder-suicide pact.
Wow.
Because that seems like a lot of work and planning.
Yeah,
also, if I'm going to throw a party, I feel like it's not a good idea to murder all of your guests. It's bad form.
To murder all your guests.
All right, I'll have to think about it.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
I know.
You have to have an apocalyptic end. I think that's practically required. You can't just I guess if you're L. Ron Hubbard, you can grow old and die. I was gonna say you can't just grow old and die, but actually, I guess you can.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way.
There was that lady.
There are successful cults.
There are successful cults where people just grow old and die.
Yeah.
That lady that just recently passed away. She was the YouTube cult.
Oh.
She grew old. Well, she had cancer. She had cancer and she died.
Oh well, that's not
ideal.
No.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
No. I'm thinking about it. I guess you can just. You don't have to Heaven's Gate it or Jonestown it every time, I guess.
Well, technically.
Or Waco.
technically and historically, most religions started off as cults.
Then somebody died, and then they went, well, I guess we'll keep this going.
Yeah.
Or get thrown in jail. I guess we'll keep this going.
Pretty much.
What would your ideal ending for the cult be? I mean, do you want to go down in
a blaze of glory? No.
Yeah, like do you want to have? Are you looking at a Waco? Are you looking?
No. I would like it
Heaven's
to.
Gate?
No. I would like it to be a. I would just like it to continue on. Maybe kind of like the Shakers, and just you run out of members, and eventually it goes away.
Because no
But
one's
but everyone really, really appreciates your furniture.
well, we're not going to procreate. We won't be around forever, but we're going to leave behind some fine
Furniture. And there's even a museum. I've been to that museum.
You've been to the cult museum.
I have. I've been to the Shaker Museum.
Ah.
It had a lot of furniture.
Was it good? Was it nice furniture?
I mean, it's very simple. Shaker furniture is very well made.
I didn't
Very
know about Shaker furniture. I know.
It also they were very big on idle hands are the devil's playthings, and so every single thing, all furniture had to be utilitarian and up on a wall. So they had pegs mounted in their rooms so that the chairs could hang there. You only took it down.
I have seen those chairs
Yeah,
on the
you
wall.
only took them down when you actually needed them. They also invented a bunch of things like apple cores and because apparently when you're not allowed to procreate or spend time with people of the other sex, you ultimately invent a bunch of things to make your life a lot easier.
You're stuck out in the wilderness somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't have sex. You can't have a party.
No.
What
The
else
only
are you gonna do?
the only
you
way.
can't even sit. You gotta
Yeah.
get the chair down off the wall if you're gonna sit. God.
Yeah, and then when you're sitting, you have to be doing something meaningful, either reading the Bible, or knitting, or making something. Yeah.
No naps. Not a nap.
I don't think they were. Well, they probably weren't against naps.
They don't seem like a pro-nap group to me.
I don't know. But anyway,
our cult will be pro-nap.
yes, I feel like
we love a nap.
we love a good nap.
Our small god is the possum.
Yeah.
You know possums can get down with a nap.
Oh yeah, I
They
would
just
imagine
look like they're ready for a nap. They look like they need a nap all the time.
any second they just fall over. Well, that's what playing dead is. It's not they're not actually playing dead. They're just immediately taking a nap. Maybe they're narcoleptic.
That's right. All possums are actually just narcoleptic.
and taking a nap.
Scientists just didn't think about
Yes.
that.
The shock of someone waking them up from a nap has just made them go immediately to sleep.
We're smart. We're good. This is all going to be in our Bible.
The nap.
The Possum Bible.
The Book of Naps will be chapter 3.
Oh. Chapter 3 is naps.
Yeah.
Chapter 1 is definitely how to get all your babies on your back.
Well, yeah, it would be the creation. That would be the creation myth.
myth.
Yes, in the gospel according to Possum. Yes.
And the mother possum carried all of our souls on her back.
Yes.
And delivered us unto the earth.
I'm sorry, listeners, that we're gonna just continue on to be a show about cults. but
our own, not other people's.
No, but
You want to learn about happy science? Get out of here.
Yeah, but
You want to learn about the anorexia cult where the leader married Tarzan? You gotta go to a different show.
Yeah, no. Well, it's just this is the thing we're interested in right now. For the next few weeks, and then we'll lose interest. If any of our longtime listeners know anything, it's that we get on tangents and stick to them for a while, and then we lose interest. So
almost like one of the hosts is neurodivergent.
Yeah.
Can't imagine who that would be.
I don't know.
Certainly not me.
Yeah, no. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
wasn't making jokes about taking speed just so I could do my taxes. No.
Not at all.
Not this.
I don't.
Not this podcast.
I don't try and sell people coffee left and right. Mostly just to fuel my own coffee addiction.
That's right. That could. Well, coffee has to be a central part of the cult.
Well, yeah.
Caffeine.
Well, we're nocturnal.
Holy, that's true. We do have to work. You and I have to work on being nocturnal.
I know.
We're not very good at that anymore.
I used to.
Now we're old. Now it's 10:30. I'm like, time to start getting into bed.
Yesterday, I consumed way too much caffeine because I had been so tired the day before, and it was very, very cold here in North Carolina for some inexplicable reason.
Yeah, we're in second winter right now.
And I just wanted to go to bed, so I went to bed really early. But then yesterday, I needed to do a lot of stuff that I had put off, and so I consumed way more coffee than I had usually do, and I couldn't go to sleep. And I had stopped drinking caffeine at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Like a responsible adult.
Like, yeah, and I still was like, I had to make myself go to sleep.
Oh, man.
And I was thinking, I have to get up really, really early. Like, brain, go to sleep.
I stayed up extra late last night. I don't want to brag, but I was up till like, I don't know, like 12:30.
Oh, that's later than I did. I went to bed at 10.
I mean, it was actually like 11:30 because daylight savings, it's a thing in America. We don't understand it either. But it's still, that was the latest I'd been up in a long time, and I was like, ooh, look at me, up so late. So, bon vivant.
Oh, yeah. No, I felt that way last night, except that I was also going,
yeah.
You have to go to sleep. You have to go to bed.
I don't have to get up at 4 in the morning.
Yes. Ugh. Yeah, 4 in the morning.
I had a Coke.
Ooh.
Coca-Cola.
That's probably what did it.
Soda.
That's what ruined you.
It was pink.
Ooh, why?
I don't know. Coke, why were you pink? It was pink, everybody. It had a pink label on it. It said special edition. I was like, this weird pink label. So I didn't pay any attention to it because I just bought the one.
Yeah.
I just don't want.
Right.
But I'm not going to drink a bunch of them. But I was all like, ooh, I'm going to have myself a soda for a little treat. But it was friggin' pink. I'm like, is that a trick of the light or nope? Coke is pink right now, everyone. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Like, you need to know, but it was very upsetting to
That
me.
is weird. I don't. Also, just to
was like the fizz
just to prove that they could do it.
I don't know.
Science has made it.
The fizz on top was pink, and it would be fine if I was expecting it, but I wasn't.
I would be worried that something was wrong.
It was,
Like,
I looked. I actually read the ingredients. I was like, "What is going on here?" And it said colored with real fruit and vegetable juice. And
Why is fruit? Why are you putting fruit and vegetable juice in my soda?
Beet juice, in other words. But
yeah.
I was like, why is there beet juice in my Coke?
Is it like maybe like breast cancer awareness or something?
I was clearly not paying enough attention when I bought it. I did not pay attention to the special pink label. I didn't pay attention to the fact that it was pink.
Maybe it was supposed to be green for St. Patrick's Day and they totally messed it up. Or maybe there's a rainbow pack somewhere and they just have a whole
Cokes of
all the colors maybe. I don't know. They probably doesn't.
I don't think I want to drink yellow Coke.
No.
Don't drink the yellow Coke, everyone.
No, that just sounds disgusting. I don't want soda to be any colors.
You want some Crystal Pepsi?
Oh no, I don't want Crystal. I don't like Pepsi. It's just disgusting. I don't. Ugh. No, I used to drink that clear root beer.
Oh, the weird root beer.
Yes, when I was a little kid, because that was one of the few things I was allowed to drink.
Oh, why was that
soda
on the list?
I don't know. My mom was weird.
And in the cult, you can drink whatever soda you like.
My mom had a thing about processed sugar, but then at the same time, we had sugar in the house because she liked it for her coffee. We weren't allowed to use it for cereal or anything.
Oh, I was not.
I would sneak it and make sugar sandwiches when I was a small child, which is disgusting. And
what is that? Is it mayonnaise and sugar?
No, it's butter and sugar on bread.
Put a little cinnamon in there, and then you've got cinnamon.
Well,
sugar
usually I would do cinnamon sugar toast, but sugar sandwiches would happen if I couldn't reach the cinnamon. and
Tasty.
and I wasn't technically allowed to use the toaster without adult supervision. And
See?
thus sugar sandwiches were born.
You were halfway to a cult, but
Yeah.
you didn't even know you were halfway to a cult. There you are.
Yep, there you go.
As like I said, our lives have just been
Leading up to this moment.
leading up to this moment. Give
Oh.
us your money. For the low price of all your money, you can have eternal salvation
It's true.
in the warm embrace of the possum.
And with that, I'm going to play some music.
There was a bee, a pretty little bee. I see why you might choose it. I'd rather have a madman wasp, 'cause he plays all the music.
Choose the Madman Wasp. He plays all the music.
We had to interrupt that song set and look up how many albums the Smiths made.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out
How
If-
long did Johnny Marr
Have to-
endure?
Endure Morrissey. Yeah, that was definitely, and then it took us down a rabbit hole of things. But they only made 4 studio albums
Four studio, many,
over 5 years.
yes, and many EPs, many
Yes.
singles. That's where you get, so, they put out a lot of music. But,
Yes.
But yeah, he could only endure Morrissey for 4 studio albums.
Yes. Well, and also for any of our listeners who may have noticed a slight weird possible double song with the Walker Brothers doing Deadlier Than the Male, and then Space with Female of the Species. Space actually based that song off of the Walker Brothers song, and in live shows Scott Walker would sometimes show up on stage
Oh.
and smile at them and wave.
Wave and then leave.
And then leave.
Good job with my
Yes.
song, children. And
Yes.
then he would
And then he would wander off.
wander up into the crowd,
Yes.
find another venue and another band
Yes.
he could visit.
Yeah. But
The Incredible Hulk.
yes, but I had actually thought I had gone down a rabbit hole looking for that song, for that Space song, and then was trying to remember, like, wait, it's a cover of a song, isn't it? And then found the Walker Brothers song, and then realized, wait, the words are completely different. It is not a cover. It is more like a tribute or inspired by
A song in the
Yes.
fiction of.
Yeah, it was I had confused myself. And so I share that with you.
And now that's your desert fart fact. That's
Yeah.
the driest music fact ever.
Yes,
You could
very
take that to your
not
friends.
not anything of interest. No one else.
Your friends.
Bore your friends with dumb music facts.
I bore Emmett with dumb facts all the time.
I know a lot of dumb facts as well, so we just throw them at each other. And
Pretty much.
now I share that with you because you're a captive audience. I mean, theoretically, you could just turn off
I said
the
they could just
radio,
turn it off.
but why would you do that?
You love us. I'm usually the person I had to stop myself. Last time we traveled, which was many moons ago, I went to Chicago with my coworkers, and we went to the museum, and I had to stop myself from just bombarding them with art history nuggets of facts. Like, oh my God, let me tell you about this painting. And did you know that he was having an affair with Mary Cassatt, and Mary Cassatt would summer in America, and that's why there's so much Impressionist art in America. Like, I had to stop myself. I was like vibrating, like, let me tell you about all these artists. And then later, when we left, I remarked, oh God, I had to stop myself from boring all of y'all with all the art history nerdery. And they were like, oh, we would have actually enjoyed that. You should have told us.
Oh.
Dang it. The one time.
The one time it would have worked.
Had knowledge and an audience. Ah!
Oh yeah. So on Sundays, I like to share my artsy fartsy knowledge with the cafe people via our Instagram, because I post a different piece of artwork
Right.
for Sunday art on the cafe Instagram, and I'm always like, I wonder if anyone will understand the references of this. I wonder.
I wonder if they
Well,
get my.
I wonder if anyone will comment or ask about it. No one does. No one
Maybe
does.
someone
No
will
one
ask
cares.
me, and I could tell them
Yes.
about it.
About also what it was what was inspired by that painting, because like this past week I picked an odd Nerdrum painting called Dawn,
Yes.
and it's used in Tarsem Singh's The Cell, because he actually used a bunch of well-known pieces of art
Yes,
as
he did.
references for the backgrounds in the horrible nightmare
say.
dreamscape of the Vincent D'Onofrio character. And while watching that movie, I constantly was like, ooh, that's a Joel Peter Witkin. Ooh, that's a Damien Hirst. Ooh, that's an Odd Nerdrum. Ooh.
What artist inspired the horse dissection?
That is Damien Hirst.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, y'all.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he also got in trouble for it. Also,
Yeah.
Damien Hirst is one of those artists that he doesn't actually do his own art. He has underlings that do all of the art, and then he
mean,
puts his name on them.
That is that.
And he
I've
also-
got bad news for you about all the
Yes,
Renaissance
also
painters.
he sold, well, not sold, he sued a fish market for having a shark in a glass container in their front window, which had been in their front window for like 100 years, and because he did it as a piece of artwork,
Oh.
he tried to claim that it was copyrighted to him.
He said that he created putting
Animals in formaldehyde, yes.
in jars.
Yes.
Boy, have I got bad news about my third grade class.
Yes. Also, have you never been to the Naval Academy in Maryland, where in Annapolis they have was it Paul Jones? One of some admiral is interred in a giant thing of formaldehyde in the middle of the yeah,
Ew.
you can see it. It's in a glass coffin. It's in the middle of the Annapolis, in the Naval Academy. Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to do that. I wanna see
Yeah,
that
I've
now.
been to it. It's gross.
gross?
Yeah, it's gross. You can't see anything. It's just milky
Yeah,
grossness.
yeah. No, my third
You
grade teacher.
you just kind of look and go, is that a hand? Is that a leg?
that?
What is that? Yeah.
My third grade teacher had a lot of animals in jars in formaldehyde in our classroom for whatever reason. That was
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
Yeah.
a lot of weird
That's
things.
just a thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah. Have you
Is it
never
John
been
Paul
to
Jones? I think it might be John Paul Jones. I don't know.
Have I ever told you the story? Have I told our listeners the story about the exploding bishop in Florida?
I think you have talked about this before.
I've told our listeners
Yes,
about the bishop that exploded.
I think so. Yes. I think this has been a
Just a little, I think I have told that story too, but
Yeah.
Just FYI, don't inter a body in a glass-lined above-ground coffin in South Florida or in northern Florida. Actually, in any part of Florida, we'll say.
probably, I would say, anywhere in the subtropical region.
Any part of the state, because gases will build up and it will explode.
Yeah. That seems like
my
a
favorite story about St. Augustine. One of my favorite stories about St. Augustine.
yeah.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where a bishop exploded.
That's like to me
He
that
might have been something else.
to me that is the kind of tour that I would appreciate.
I'd
I'd be way more interested. This is where a bishop exploded. This is where an exorcism happened. This is where this house here, you can't take a picture of it because it is full of ghosts, and also the owners don't like it when you take pictures of it, which is an actual thing in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, yeah,
There
yeah.
is a house that is supposedly very haunted, and if you get caught taking a photo of it, the owners get real mad.
Yeah, because they were sick of people taking photos.
Yes.
St. Augustine and Savannah are like sister
Yeah.
cities
Yeah.
because they are both old, covered in Spanish moss, haunted as hell, if you
Yeah.
believe the local legends.
Supposedly there is a tunnel that runs completely under Savannah.
The yellow fever.
That is full of yellow fever,
It's
because
full of yellow fever.
the all of the people who succumbed to it were buried there, and then they sealed it off, and supposedly they haven't opened it because
Yeah.
it will be horrible.
Let's just not.
Yes.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
just not.
But the tunnels were originally used for rum running.
Yeah, there were lots of rum runners.
Yeah.
And also St. Augustine rum runners and pirates.
Yeah.
Very similar. When I lived, because one of my art teachers was not only a historical reenactor, she would give ghost tours.
Oh,
so
nice.
I knew all the best stories around town. And when I would take my friends from out of town would visit me, I would take them around to all the haunted spots and tell them all the haunted stories. And I picked up a couple of tourists on more than one occasion. Somebody joined the group because they were just like, oh, hey, this one's free.
I like this one.
Like,
Yeah.
I do expect a tip. Excuse you, sir. A lot more cussing in my version.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. Well, it is free.
Yeah, this is where that fucking bishop blew up. If anyone would like to pay me to give a ghost tour of St. Augustine full of cuss words, I think I still remember all the stories. I bet I'll remember all the spots. I'll take you around.
I can remember some of the spots in Savannah. Actually, I still have a map that I could probably
haunted
use.
history map.
Yeah, I could probably reuse it and get around. It was actually a map used for my bridal party, but
Your bridal party, you went to all the haunted locations.
Well-
and taunted ghosts.
well, like you do.
Like we would. Yeah. We would 100% do that. Absolutely.
I've heard there's ghosts. Hold on.
We're gonna go to.
I'm gonna poke them with a stick.
What are all these little? I've got our bridal party map. What are all these little markers? Well, okay, in green that's beer, and then red is ghosts. Come on, guys, we're gonna get drunk and see a ghost.
The gray ones are cemeteries, because just in
Yeah,
case,
I just wanna look at those. They're pretty.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun things in Savannah too to wander around. There's all sorts of weird cold spot places and
Yeah.
weird. Ooh, this house is haunted, and you can see the ghosts from the outside. Ooh, but only on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock,
Was built in 1888.
which isn't old for our European
No,
listeners.
all the British people are laughing.
Yes.
Look, we don't get a lot of old things in America because we're terrible. And anything that is old here is laced with unfortunate history. Oh, come on.
Well,
you can relate to
I
that.
feel like any European countries can
You can relate to
basically.
that. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
America as a continent, honestly, is cursed.
Yes.
It's 100% cursed. That's why we get all the best serial killers and all the best cults. You know, we know.
The best cults and best serial killers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
mean, there's some good worldwide contenders, but nobody grows crazy like we do here in the States.
I feel like that is a theory because we're a young country, and
we haven't gotten out of our system.
Yeah, we're young. We're young, and we're in our adolescent experimental phase right now. We're just stretching and learning new things about ourselves and realizing that we might need to get on some medication and have some therapy because there's a lot of childhood trauma that we have experienced because
that we've inflicted.
and that we've inflicted, and
Let's be honest. There's a lot of white supremacists with way too many guns wandering through our ecosystem.
yeah, it's therapy might be good for this country as a whole.
Well,
Can we have a group session with everyone in the country, please?
something.
Maybe.
We really need it. But, that would have to come out of pocket because
Yeah,
that's definitely
well,
not covered by our insurance.
That's true.
Another thing that all of our British listeners are laughing at us about. I was like, oh, that's right, you have to pay for your own.
Or, education.
Yeah. I once had a British friend of mine very earnestly ask, well, what happens if you get sick? I just laughed. I'm like, well,
You kind of hope you don't.
I either go into serious debt or I die. They were just horrified. They're like, oh my God, that's the option? I'm like, yep, those are the options.
Yeah. Yeah.
God bless America.
It's great.
It's great here. It's great here.
I
We're
love
loving
it.
it. We're doing great on the pandemic. thumbs up, no notes. We're doing great about all those white supremacists I mentioned. Thumbs up, no notes. Storming capitals every once in a while.
We have lots of notes.
Like, we have so many notes.
We have so many notes. I mean, no one listens to us, but...
That's why we're starting a cult. We're going to make them listen.
It's just going to be...
We're just going to stockpile sarin gas and weapons until they listen. I'm just kidding. Allegedly.
Yes.
This is all for humorous reasons, FBI.
Yes, yeah, we're not...
Currently spying on us.
This is not real.
This is all satirizing other things.
Satirical.
There, thank you. That's the word.
Satirical.
Legally, that's the legal word.
Is it? Okay, cool. Excellent. I feel like we could say goodbye and maybe play one more song
I feel like we should say goodbye and play one more song.
before we say something that gets us arrested.
Before I say something that gets us arrested.
Because I feel like that's the direction that we're going in.
Yeah. I realized that after I said I was going to stockpile sarin gas and weapons. I went, maybe don't say that on air where other people can hear you.
Yeah.
Maybe keep that to yourself, Attercop.
That's too late. You said it out loud. Now we have to deal with the repercussions. And with that, this has been the Clockwork Cabaret. She is Lady Attercop.
And they are Emmett Davenport.
And it's not work we do.
It's
love and satire.
Allegedly.
This is Mad Wasp Radio, home of the hits.